The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.org.
Well, Patty, I contacted Lisa about the lineage fair the other day, and
Yes.
she said they had 175 people sign up to enter
Wow.
that fair, and she thought there were probably even more people that attended than that.
That is so cool. That was a great time.
Yeah.
Mhm. Very cool. So that was about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, good morning, everybody. My phone says 11 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to this February meeting of the Dallas Genealogical Society. We're glad everybody can make it. Hope everybody stayed warm through the cold spell we've had. Looks like we're fixing to get out of it, so that's a good thing for us. We want to start off by talking about our treasurer's report. This is our income and expenses and financial condition for the month of January. If anybody has any questions about that, you can ask those now. And be sure and if you would to mute your microphone unless you have something to say. That would be great. I want to go ahead and let Tony bring a poll up for us so we can get a count of how many members we have present for our secretary to record. So if you want to go ahead and respond to that poll now, that would be awesome.
We're getting clicks even as we speak. It'll be just a few more seconds to give everybody a chance to check in with us. Okay, and the hosts don't get to vote, so I think we're probably about there. So I'm going to close it.
How many is a quorum?
20.
20.
And we're at 25, so we're in good shape.
Okay. So we'll continue on. There we go. Our previous minutes are posted for the previous meeting in January, are posted on the website on the page that you used to join the meeting, as they usually are. So I'll ask if anybody has any changes to the meeting minutes for the January meeting that we need to make. Okay, hearing none, we'll go on. We had a financial review committee that usually meets every year in February at the 1st of January. You can see the committee members there, and basically this is just a check to make sure all the procedures that we have in place for the society are being followed. And the review went quickly with flying colors. And I want to give a big thank you to Susan Rainwater, who's our treasurer, for doing an excellent job in keeping the financial affairs of the society in order. So good job, Susan.
And I'd like to second that. We are really, really fortunate to have somebody of her caliber taking care of us this way. So thank you, Susan.
Yes, she does and continues to do a great job. I want to talk about a couple of committees that we've got going on, and thank you for all those who have stepped up and volunteered to help us with these committees. Our first one is our awards committee, and you can see the people that are on the committee. They're listed, and we're going to be starting that planning for that soon. So nominations are open. So there's our 5 awards. We give out an award of merit, a heritage preservation award, the volunteer of the year, the president's special award, and the Lloyd Boxstruck Distinguished Service Award. And if you want to read more about what those awards are given for, and if you would like to nominate people to be considered for those awards, if you'll go to that link down there on the bottom, just go to our website and click on the events tab and go down to the annual awards button and click on that. You can read all about what the criteria are for those awards, and then you can make a nomination for any of those you would like to. There's also another committee that we have that's going to start working here pretty soon. It's our nominating committee. And you can see the people listed there, the chair and the board members. And we want to thank everybody that's on that committee for stepping up and being willing to serve. If you would like to submit a nomination for a society leader for next year, if you will go to our website and click on society leaders, and then on the next page, you'll see a green button that says submit a nomination. Click on that button, and that will allow you to give us your input for who you think would be a good leader next year. And I know the nomination committee and I both would really appreciate your help on this, because one of the byproducts of the pandemic that we've been in is we've not been meeting in person, and it's made it harder for us to get to know different members of the society. So if you would be willing to, if you know someone that's a DGS member that you think would be a good officer, we would love to hear your input about who you think those people are and what position you think they might be qualified for. We've made a change or proposed a change for our bylaws, and we're going to vote on that at our next meeting on March 5th. We've had those have been published. They're published on the page that you used to join this meeting. They're there, and they'll be on that page you used to join next month's meeting as well. Just to go over a high level summary of what those changes are about. In 2019, we updated our bylaws and standing rules, but because of things that were going on at the time, COVID-19 being one of them, we just didn't have the time to change the board structure. And so we kind of put that off until now. What we've done is we have aligned the structure of a board to match what DGS's activities are at the present time. The way we have operated has changed a lot in the last 10 or 15 years. So we've changed the board structure to make it easier to operate with the way that our society currently does operate. We've also made some changes to make some positions easier to fill. We've changed the elected positions from 4 to 3, and we've also eliminated some term limits for some positions. There were some positions that we needed to have consistency in, treasurer being one of those, that having those the treasurer elected at the end of 3 years, we had to get rid of our treasurer because they were term limited. So we tried to fix that and make it to where we could have people in those positions that would stay there and would give us some consistency for the way we operate.
Jim,
Yes.
What other term limits were changed, eliminated?
The only thing that's term limited right now is the president's position, or in the proposal is the president's position. Everything else is not term limited. And the reason for that is just like I said, the same thing for the vice president's position. In that position, I can tell you from experience, it takes you 2 years to learn how to do that job. And then at the 3rd year, you're out. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. We also wanted to give some voting privileges to some board positions that were very important board positions, but were not allowed to vote in the board, which just seemed unfair and didn't make a lot of sense. So that's a real high level summary of what those changes are about. And so if you want to go check those out and review those and make sure you're in agreement, and then we'll vote on that in the March general meeting. I want to remind you about a couple of things we've got going on with our newsletter. One of those is the Out of the Attic program that we have going. We're looking for unique family records that you think might want to be of interest to the rest of the society. We'd love to hear about those. If you want to write a short article about what maybe an artifact or a family treasure, you can. Or if you just want to take a picture of it and send us a description, we would love to have that and to share it with the rest of our members through our newsletter. And if you want to send those details to newsletter@dallasgenealogy.org, we will make sure and write something up and get that in our newsletter so everybody can enjoy that. Another thing I want to talk about is our writing contest for 2022. The subject is the black sheep in your family. And I think if we all look, and I know I had to do a little bit of digging, but I found some black sheep in my family too. So write about those black sheep and let us know. The information, the guidelines on those articles can be found at that link right down there at the bottom. And we'll publish those articles as we receive them during 2022. And then at the end of 2022, we'll judge those and announce a winner. And so I would love to encourage everybody to go ahead and submit an article for the e-news for our writing contest. I want to encourage you also to like our Facebook page. Liking our Facebook page gets it out there to more people, so more people can see it. If you have a posting of a genealogy event in the Dallas area that you think might be of interest to everybody, go ahead and send that to us. Send that to info@dallasgenealogy.org, and we will put that up on our Facebook page and get that passed around to everybody. We've started a new program for our special interest groups to help support them and also to encourage closer connection with the society. We're going to give a $100 bonus to each special interest group per year. So if they will put us on their contact list and present a short little message or spotlight at a monthly meeting about their SIG, just to let us know what's going on with them, and then send their attendance to us, we're going to give them a little extra bit money to help either bring a speaker in or to use for education or equipment or something like that. If you want to write an article about something going on in your SIG about something your SIG is studying or covering, you can do that, and we'll give you an additional $50 for writing that article. So for those of you who may not be familiar with our special interest groups, we have 9 of them for covering a variety of topics. And it's a good way, if you have a special interest in genealogy, it's a good way to dig down in that and learn some secrets for how to access things like, I know we have a very active group on DNA and a very active German genealogy group, and there's groups on different types of software. So check those out, go to our events page and look at under the special interest groups, and you can find out what those are. Also, for any other events that we've got going on, and we have several things, a lot of things happening this time of year as the year gets going. So you can go to the events tab and check out our calendar and learn about all of those. We want to let you know about our upcoming general meetings. Next month in March, Dr. Stephen Butler will be talking about how DNA helped him rewrite his family history. So that ought to be an interesting subject. And then Dr. Deborah Lyles will talk to us in April about how to find your people in antebellum Dallas County. So that will be an interesting thing to do as well. And then in May, we'll have our annual awards banquet where we celebrate what we have accomplished in the past year, and we look forward to what's going to be done in the future. So be sure and join us for that. Upcoming seminars we have for spring, which is only a couple of months away, is our seminar on DNA strategy with Diane Southard. That will be a virtual only seminar. We made the decision that we're not comfortable yet with that it's safe enough for us to all meet together in person. In the summer, we'll have Kelvin Myers speaking to us about Texas land records, which is pretty much the key to finding your ancestors in Texas. And then our fall seminar will be Paul Milner speaking about online research in Great Britain. So be sure we would hope you would be able to join us for any of those 3 seminars that will help you out in your research.
You see here on the screen, I have got a wonderful presentation that the African American group put together for our program this morning. And I would like to share this with you. And then after I share the presentation, if we have some African American SIG leaders or members, if you have anything else to share, you are certainly welcome to do so. So our African American Special Interest Group is co-led by Lois Lilly and Donald Payton, and we do have several members from the group. I could see in our membership today that are on the call with us. The African American Genealogy Special Interest Group is open to anyone interested in history. The group explores the use of a variety of sources: census records, slave schedules, Reconstruction, Freedmen Bureau, the National Archives, NARA, combined with military records of the U.S. colored troops and plantation records. We also have great expertise in researchers and speakers that do presentations at our African American SIG. They talk about slavery, African American customs and traditions, state laws, past and present, techniques and methods that will help you to be able to use in your own research. And we're always looking for speakers for all of our SIG groups. The African American SIG group would love for you. If you've got information that you would like to share, please, I'll give you an email address that you can send an email request or type it in the chat if you would be interested in sharing at our African American Special Interest Group. They typically meet on the third Saturday of each month at 2 p.m. So definitely want to check out the Dallas Genealogy website under the events tab and click special interest groups, and you'll find our African American group. So some of the recent meetings and topics that our African American SIG has done, Mr. Alvin Blakes, who is a lead writer and creator of the blog Almost Disappeared, Unearthing My Family History. That just warms my heart. That's so awesome. Then Mr. David Newton's inspirational program that he gave on sculptures in the Dallas Freedmen Memorials. We have Gathering Family History Tidbits through interviews, a Q&A with Dr. Donald Payton, Researching Civil War Pensions. I mean, they have got some great programs and have had some wonderful, wonderful meetings. June 18th at 2:00, they will be having a Zoom meeting in June. The topic will be Juneteenth, a celebration, a uniquely American holiday, the oldest nationally celebrated festival to honor the end of slavery in the United States. Woo! This is going to be a good one. The discussion will cover the Dallas-Fort Worth hidden figures connected to Juneteenth becoming a national holiday and the history for how the families celebrate the day. Reflections of 4th of July versus Juneteenth and Dallas-Fort Worth celebration activities. The African American group has a Facebook page that you can click into there. It's AAGIGTX. So Facebook/groups AAGITX. And I will put that into the link as well. Oops, sorry about my little. Okay. So meeting topics, Freedmen's Bureau, getting ready for the census, translating probate records and enslaved for your enslaved ancestors. Future meeting topics, what is a brick wall, expelling the myth, blogs versus website, getting started in your African American genealogy. So they've got some really great programs coming up. These are some excellent photographs of the African American group having fun in person before we had the pandemic. So, gosh, definitely. And then I can't see okay, there we go. Your ancestors are waiting to introduce your cousins. We're always discovering cousins at the meeting, and that's Dr. Donald Payton. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that we would love for you to be part of our any of our special interest groups, and definitely share with the African Americans if you're interested in sharing a program with them.
And I'm going to go ahead and turn the microphone over to Patty Smith, who's going to introduce Dr. Terry Turner for today's presentation.
This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your fees have been supporting these and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining now. Go to dallasgenealogy.org and click on the membership tab.